Like I said, this is our kitchen setup here, from this portion to here and this island counter. So let me discuss with you about the theme first. What is this theme called? If you see the floor, this looks like retro. If you see this kitchen shutters, this is like more like classical. So we could call it like neo-classical or something. That is exactly this theme is. Or I don't know, there is any particular name for this or not, but we just mixed some theme, something like retro, classical, something mixed here. That is how we came up with this kitchen. So now let me take you to the details, like what sort of materials we have used here, what is the finish, what is the hardwares we have used, what is the functionality of each and every hardware, what is the maintenance of this kitchen. That is more important. Okay, when it comes to kitchen or whatever interior subject, maintenance is really important, not just the aesthetics. Most of you have seen this kind of kitchen in Pinterest, Google and all, but you really don't know what is this material, what is this made of, right? This is basically HDHMR shutter with some CNC carved design. This carving also we have like multiple patterns we can customize and finished with PU paint. What is the pros and cons of this material? First of all, which looks really classy, and maintenance wise it is high maintenance material. When I say both, I have to explain you in detail, right? So classy, when I say, which looks classy, those who prefer this kind of neoclassical theme. But if you can't maintain it, then I would suggest not to go with this material, because it gets scratches very easily, and when you clean the surfaces, you can't use any sort of chemicals like Colin or those kind of things, where we usually use about the laminates, right? When you clean the laminates, we can use whatever chemicals we want. But this kind of things, we can't use any chemicals because it is a painted surfaces. So that is the main thing. Here we do have a larder unit. Some people call it, actually commonly call it pantry unit. What is the usage of this? Usually we'll have this pantry unit or kitchen depth is like 2 feet, right? So some people find little difficult to access the corner things which we kept behind. So for those people, this is like really useful, which we can completely pull out and we can access the things. But cost wise, if you think, this is little on the higher side. In this also we have some variants, like some steel basket sinks are there, that is little lesser cost. This is little higher one. Now above this also one more thing is there, which is like tiltable. But if you are looking for a normal pantry unit, then I wouldn't recommend this. You can have a normal complete full shutter with some shelves inside. How people generally use their below sink cabinet? Most of them just dump some things inside, or will keep some wet and like dry garbage bags or like dustbins and all. I'm not saying it is bad, but why can't we do it in a more organized way, I'm saying. So here we have like 2 shutters for the sink cabinet, one cabinet with 2 shutters. In one shutter, we have just done this kind of dustbin, which is more easy to use, and once it is filled, you can just take it out things and you can keep it back this way. And the other shutters, this portion usually will have one kind of under sink arrow. When I say under sink arrow, that is like more useful so that you don't have to waste your like overhead storage space. That is the main usage of this under sink arrow. Wicker baskets are quite common nowadays, but only the thing you have to use depends upon your usage. Like this has like different variants. This is a smaller version, and this is the little more deeper one, and this is the deepest one. So it is depends upon what you are going to keep inside this. Some people wants to keep just onions, potatoes, those kind of things, then this smaller one is like more than enough. Or if you want to store some coconuts or like something like those kind of like bigger vegetables or some watermelons, then you need the deepest one. So depends upon your usage, you have to choose the size. This is the PVC rolling shutter mechanism. This rolling shutter mechanism has like other 2 variants also. One is like black tinted glass rolling shutter, and the other one is like frosted glass rolling shutter. So those are little on the higher side. Now what is the usage of this rolling shutter cabinets actually? So some people used to store some mixer, grinder, those sort of things, which they don't use, they'll just keep it inside. Whenever they want to use, they can take it outside. And other people, they use it little more organized way. Like this trays are there, this shelves are there, right? Which we can make it like pull out type, where you can keep your mixture and you can just pull it out, use it and push it back. In that case, we can provide some switchboards, this plug points and all inside. Then as soon as you finish your things, then you can just keep it closed. So this looks like more neat and clean. That is the main usage of this folding shutter.